Have you ever wondered? When you are with your family, friends, your partner in those moments when you get angry, belittle, or judge someone, what if I told you that all these feelings are not actually directed at the other person, but at yourself? And what if I proved it to you through the famous psychiatrist Carl Jung's concepts of the mask and the shadow? You wouldn't be the same anymore, would you? Because what you're about to realize will transform you. To understand how the behaviors of others trigger us and how this actually relates to ourselves, we need to go back to our childhood, because it all started there. We, who are now adults, were once children. And like us today, that child also wanted to be loved, accepted, approved, and to feel valuable. In fact, this whole unconscious construction of masks and shadows was a strategy to meet that need for love. Humans are extraordinary beings. We develop solutions to fulfill our needs. That child, who longed to be loved, carefully observed their surroundings, noticed which behaviors were approved and which were rejected, and then came to a conclusion. If I cannot be loved as I am, then I must become who I am expected to be. My mother got angry because I cried. I must not show my feelings. My father scolded me and called me selfish because I ate the last piece of cake. If I am selfish, I will not be loved. If a child is only loved when they are quiet, praised when successful, or applauded when they share, then these behaviors turn into strategies to be loved. And so, the person suppresses who they really are and develops a mask that is the opposite of what they have hidden. Because they believe that without the mask, they cannot be loved. The shadow becomes the part they believe will prevent them from being loved, while the mask is the behaviors they present to gain approval. Often the opposite of their shadow. The mask, persona, is the side of ourselves we consciously show to gain acceptance in society. The shadow is the part we have suppressed and pushed into the unconscious to comply with that mask. The mask is the part we say, "This is who I am." The shadow is the part we say, "I will never be like that," but which still exists somewhere within us. The mask is who we want to be. The shadow is who we fear to be. And this was the survival strategy of our childhood. Because being loved is the greatest desire of existence. And often, the stronger the mask, the darker and more denied the shadow. Sometimes, someone does something that triggers us. We get angry, belittle, judge, and want to distance ourselves from them, believing we dislike them. But actually, what we judge is part of our unconscious equation. Any behavior that triggers us in the other person is exactly where we should look. What am I criticizing? What am I angry about? What is bothering me? Which of my masks is being shaken? Which of my hidden shadows is being reflected through this judgment? Now, let's look at some of the masks people wear as Carl Jung describes them, to understand this better. Some masks look so beautiful that no one even realizes they are masks. Yet still, they exist because of a suppressed aspect behind them, like the masks of being self-sacrificing, strong, or successful. Take the self-sacrificing mask, for example. I am a selfless person. I always think of my loved ones first, because when I prioritized my own needs, I wasn't loved, I was rejected. So, I shadowed and suppressed the part of me that said, I have needs too. And according to Jung, these suppressed parts, the shadow, eventually appear in the outside world. And we don't recognize them, we even deny them. Because facing them shakes our mask. Whenever you meet someone who prioritizes themselves, your mask shakes, you get triggered, you dislike them. But actually, there is the person you once were, the part of yourself you masked out of fear of being unlovable. Carl Jung says that we cannot truly be happy without wholeness, and wholeness is only possible by recognizing, facing, and accepting our shadows. And according to Jung, letting go of the mask and facing the shadow liberates, individuates, and integrates the person. We didn't invent our masks. We were forced into them just to be loved, approved, and valued. Our masks are shaped by the messages from our parents, expectations of society, and our traumas. The truth is, the one we judge in front of us is ourselves, the version of ourselves we hide. What triggers us, what we can't tolerate, are actually the areas that could set us free, if we dared to look. Therefore, every moment we get triggered, angered, or bothered is valuable. They are opportunities to discover our shadow. It's time to take off the mask and turn inward. Because in searching for love, we forgot to love ourselves. And now, who is the first person to love you just as you are? It's you.